ingredients you need for Dal Makhani or Dal Makhani. The key of Indian cooking is that you go by your instinct. Usually the quantity of spices and ingredients you need is based on your taste, so you should go by your instinct. I'll give you roughly an idea what kind of quantity I'm putting, but still I'll recommend that you follow your instinct and make your own version of Dal Makhani. Here you go. So the first thing you need is a kali urad dal, sabut dal, whole black dal. That's what you need, of course. And you also can put rajma into this. The ratio of rajma and kali dal has to be 3:1. So if you are taking 3 balls of kali dal, then you need to take 1 ball of rajma. The other preparation you need to do is that soak this kali dal and rajma overnight in a water. Take a lot of water to soak it. In the morning, drain it, and then all you need to do, like we have done it already here, you need to boil this dal separately. Pressure cook it and add a little bit of salt. Probably cook it for 15 minutes or based on the size of pressure cooker, whatever time it takes to properly cook, and keep it aside. The water inside that pressure cooked dal, don't throw it away. We're gonna need it, and that's gonna bring us the real taste of kali dal. So remember to soak it the night before, and then the first thing you need to do is boil it or pressure cook it. Alright? Then, because it's a Dal Makhani, you need Desi ghee, of course, and then you need approximately 1 tablespoon of makhan, butter, and then you can use Amul or any other cream, almost 1 small packet you need to use. Then you have 1 or 1.5 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste. You can use the ginger garlic chopped version also. Then you need spices, the salt, lal mirch, garam masala, jeera, and cinnamon if you like. A little bit of cinnamon we're gonna use, not all of it. Then 3 big onion finely chopped like this, and 3 big red tomatoes pureed. I'll recommend to make tomato puree at home, not to buy it from the market, because the puree you get from the market is usually sweet. Alright, so these are the ingredients. Feel free to add or remove quantity of these ingredients as per your taste, but this is the roughly what you need to do for Dal Makhani. So let's start making Dal Makhani. So bring the pan, kadai or your wok to the heat, and then the first thing is to add Desi ghee. Alright. It's a very authentic Punjabi dish, so Desi ghee has to be part of it. So I'll add just half a spoon more because we're gonna add butter also. Let it melt. Okay. Now we're gonna add some butter in this also. So there are 3 things, remember: the Desi ghee, the butter, and the cream. The cream is gonna come in the later stage. We are going to add butter. It's an Amul butter, so it will always have a little bit of salt. So remember, while you are adding salt in the later stage, do remember how much quantity of butter you have added and how much salty taste it has. Now we're gonna add very little quantity of cinnamon. Usually cinnamon doesn't go, but I think it adds the taste in this, so we'll add just a little bit of cinnamon here, right? And now we're gonna add a little bit of jeera. This is jeera. We're gonna add it. So what we are preparing now is a tadka for Dal Makhani. So add jeera as per your taste. I like jeera, so I'll add a little more. Okay. So let's now make sure that it's properly cooked. Okay. So when that's done, what you need to do is you need to add ginger garlic paste. Cook it properly. That's nice. Make sure to keep it moving so that it doesn't stick to the base of the pan. And you can make the flame a little low also if it is sticking to the base. So this ginger garlic paste is going to give very nice and tasty base and aftertaste to your dal. Okay, I'm gonna add a bit of Desi ghee. Don't shy away from adding Desi ghee or makhan or cream in the later stage also. It doesn't harm, right? So if you think it's a little less, feel free to add a little more. Okay, remember I told you the Indian cooking is all about instinct, not about measurements. It's the method you need to know, and you can make your own version. So now once it's ready, we're gonna add these finely chopped onions. Okay, let's add it, all of it. The quantity was 3 big onions, finely chopped. You can chop them a little more finely. Okay, now make sure that it's well mixed. Now you need to cook these onions into this, not completely, let's say 70% of it before we add another ingredient to this. So looks like our onion is ready. Alright, so next step we're gonna do is we're gonna add this tomato puree which we made. Alright, so let's add. There you go. Before you add tomato puree, make sure that the onions are cooked at least 70 to 80% as I told you. So here we have a mixture ready. Now we're gonna add spices into that. I'm gonna add the lal mirch first. So I'm gonna add 4 spoons of this. This is half teaspoon, so I'm adding 4, which means 2 teaspoons of lal mirch. If you are using the one which is more spicy, you want to probably adjust the quantity of it as per your taste. The other spice we are going to add is garam masala. Okay, I'm going to add at least 3 spoons like this. Salt, I personally prefer using salt in the later stage of the dish. So let's cook it for some time, till the time you see some oil coming out of it separately, and that's how you know that this mixture is ready for the next stage. So looks like it's ready. As you can see, it's sticking together, and you can see oil and butter also coming out a little. So it's ready for the next step. So now the step, we're gonna add this dal. We have strained it separately and we have kept the stock aside, and now mix it. Mix it well before we move to the next step. And the next step, we're gonna add that stock water in this dal. So here is the stock water. This is the one ingredient which gonna give the real taste, texture and color of dal makhani. If you use the normal water, it's not gonna turn out the authentic dal makhani. It has to be the stock water, in which you can see it's now getting closer and closer to the authentic Punjabi dal makhani. I'm gonna add a little bit more of the stock here. Alright, mix it well. See, but this is the one key of making authentic dal makhani. You can still see the color is a little bit dark, right? And we're gonna add one more key ingredient in this which will make it the real dal makhani. So I'm gonna cover this now at least for 5-10 minutes, and then we'll then move to the next step. So it's been 10 to 15 minutes. We have kept it on the heat, and see it's turning thick, right, as you can see, and the consistency is becoming closer and closer to the dal makhani, right? Now we're gonna add one more ingredient which is going to give this dal makhani the very real taste and texture and color. So we're gonna add this cream now. See the color turning a little more pastel. So let's mix it. See? Now this is the color and texture you usually recognize very well with dal. The last ingredient, don't forget to add salt. I am adding just a little bit because I added salt while I was boiling or pressure cooking the dal. So I have added just a little bit, and salt is something which you can add as per your taste in the later stage. If you think it's not as per your taste, you can add more, but you can't remove it, right? So it's better that you keep adding in incremental basis. Dal Makhani is almost ready. The next step is basically to keep it on a very low flame, the lowest possible flame, for at least 30 minutes. If you can go on for an hour or so, the taste will become more and more richer, right? So the next key is let it keep on the lowest possible flame, and after that it's ready to serve with naan or tandoori roti. Make sure before you serve you add garnishing. You can add a little bit of cream to make it look nice in the bowl, and then you can add this garnishing of coriander, right? So here's the dal makhani. Hope you enjoyed it. Do try it and leave a comment. Join our channel Something's Cooking, subscribe to it, keep coming back for more interesting recipes which you can make at home. Today you saw the authentic Punjabi dal makhani. Good luck.